In the previous message, I spoke about how the Lord had said to me a few weeks ago, a September to remember. And in part, because I had heard so many people prophesy those very words, including the same person multiple years in a row prophesying about it's going to be a September to remember, and nothing significant happened. And as a result, I didn't put much stock in that message. Another thing, on the 1st of September, I put out a message saying that there will be no rapture, as many people have been prophesying in this year of 2025. And those two messages, actually, there's a correlation, because a part of false prophets or false prophecy is to induce apathy and unbelief. Now, some people simply get deceived by the enemy, and they're not doing this intentionally, while others are intentional deceivers. But there's a price to pay either way. So I was a little bit apathetic when I heard a September to remember. And again, that was in part because I'd heard so many people prophesy that and nothing significant happened. But also at the time I was more focused on what people were talking about, a rapture. And a rapture will not happen next week. So prophets, those who prophesy falsely are outright false prophets. They induce apathy and unbelief. In Ezekiel 12, verses 21 through 28, the Lord spoke about people saying in Israel that prophecies are failing and that visions are for a long time. So in some cases, people were believing that the things people were prophesying was of the Lord. Others believed and were saying that, yeah, it's of the Lord, but it won't happen until a long time. But a part of what the prophet admonished, what the Lord admonished the prophet to tell the people is that his words will no longer be prolonged. And some of you may have experienced that, where you heard something, you received a message, and you thought it was of the Lord, or you knew it was of the Lord, and you thought it was going to happen by a certain time. But because it didn't, you start getting apathetic. And false prophets, or those who falsely prophesy, are being used by the enemy to cause people to, one, disbelieve that the gift of prophecy is for today, and also that the Lord has prophets today. So that when people prophesy things and it's actually from the Lord, that they will not believe. They will not respond accordingly. And some individuals, it will even cause them to lose faith in the Lord, that when he says something, that he's going to do it, or do it in a timely manner. So I pray this message blesses you, strengthens your faith, that if God says something, that he will in fact do in accordance with his words.